Elon Musk nearly lost everything, but SpaceX made history. In the silent streets of San Francisco, Elon Musk faced his darkest hour. The year was 2008. The world was crumbling under the worst financial crisis in decades. Surrounded by public humiliation and relentless doubt in the heart of the USA, he made a lonely midnight decision that would change not only his destiny but the future of technology itself. This is the untold cinematic story of how the founder of SpaceX and Tesla turned impossible failure into a legendary comeback. The fog rolled through the Golden Gate Bridge that October evening. Elon Musk sat alone in his cramped office, staring at numbers that spelled doom. Tesla was hemorrhaging money, burning through $4 million every single month. SpaceX had just witnessed its third consecutive rocket failure. The Falcon 1 had exploded yet again, taking with it not just millions in hardware, but the dreams of reaching Mars. The press called him delusional. Industry veterans whispered that this South African immigrant was nothing but a lucky.com millionaire playing with rockets and cars he didn't understand. But they didn't know Elon Musk. Growing up in Pretoria, young Elon had already faced demons most couldn't imagine. Bullied relentlessly, once beaten so severely he was hospitalized for days. He found refuge in books and code, teaching himself programming at age 12. When he sold his first software for $500, it wasn't about the money, it was proof that ideas could become reality. That same determination would later drive him to sleep on factory floors and risk everything he owned. By 2008, Elon Musk had already conquered Silicon Valley once. PayPal had made him wealthy beyond imagination, $180 million from the eBay acquisition. Most would have retired to a beach somewhere. But Musk poured every cent into two impossible dreams: SpaceX and Tesla. Electric cars? The automotive giants had tried and failed. Private space travel? NASA itself struggled with budgets and bureaucracy. Yet here was this entrepreneur, burning through his fortune at an alarming rate. The numbers were brutal. Tesla's Roadster production was a nightmare. Each car cost more to build than its selling price. Supply chain disasters, transmission failures, management upheavals, the company was a ticking time bomb. Meanwhile, at SpaceX's facility in Los Angeles, 3 Falcon 1 rockets had turned into 3 spectacular failures. Each explosion wasn't just a technical setback. It was ammunition for critics who said private space exploration was a billionaire's fantasy. Then came the phone calls. "Elon, we need to talk about Tesla's future," the board members said. Translation: it's time to sell or shut down. General Motors and Chrysler were begging for government bailouts. How could a startup survive when giants were falling? At SpaceX, employees worked 90-hour weeks, some sleeping under their desks in Hawthorne. They believed in the mission. But belief doesn't pay bills or feed families. Musk's personal life mirrored the chaos. His first marriage had crumbled under the pressure. Friends watched him age years and months. The press documented every failure with gleeful precision. "Elon Musk's rockets can't fly," they wrote. "Tesla is the next DeLorean." In Austin, where Tesla would later build its gigafactory, people barely knew the company existed. In the heart of USA's tech corridors, from San Francisco to Los Angeles, whispers grew louder: maybe Musk had finally overreached. But on a humid September morning in 2008, everything hinged on one last chance. The 4th Falcon 1 sat on the launch pad at Kwajalein Atoll. If this rocket failed, SpaceX was finished. There wasn't money for a fifth attempt. Employees gathered in Hawthorne, some holding hands, others unable to watch. The countdown began. 10, 9, 8. Elon Musk stood among them, his face betraying nothing. Inside, he later admitted, he was calculating bankruptcy scenarios. How many employees could he keep? Could any part of the dream be salvaged? 3, 2, 1. Ignition. The Falcon 1 roared to life, climbing through the Pacific sky. First stage separation, successful. Second stage ignition, successful. The control room held its breath for 9 agonizing minutes. Then, pandemonium. They had done it. The first privately developed liquid fuel rocket had reached orbit. SpaceX had made history. But the cinematic story was far from over. 3 months later, on December 23, 2008, NASA called. In a decision that would reshape space exploration forever, they awarded SpaceX a $1.6 billion contract. Not to established aerospace giants, but to a company that had just barely proven it could reach orbit. The same week, Tesla secured last-minute funding that would keep the lights on. Elon Musk had rolled the dice with his last $40 million, splitting it between his 2 companies when advisors begged him to choose one. "I couldn't let either child die," he would later say. The transformation was swift and stunning. Tesla's Model S would become the world's best-selling luxury electric vehicle. SpaceX would not only deliver cargo to the International Space Station but pioneer reusable rockets that land themselves, a feat once deemed impossible. From the streets of San Francisco to the launch pads of Cape Canaveral, from the Gigafactory rising in the Nevada desert to Starship prototypes taking shape in Texas, Elon Musk's companies rewrote the rules. Neuralink emerged from this crucible of innovation. If electric cars could save Earth and rockets could make life multiplanetary, why not merge human consciousness with artificial intelligence? Critics called it science fiction. They had said the same about landing rockets and mass-producing electric vehicles. In San Francisco's research labs, Neuralink scientists work on brain-computer interfaces that might one day cure paralysis, restore vision, and expand human potential beyond current imagination. The numbers tell a cinematic story of their own. Tesla's market cap would surpass $1 trillion, making it worth more than the next 9 automakers combined. SpaceX, valued at over $150 billion, launches more mass to orbit than entire countries. But beyond the billions, beyond the rockets landing in perfect synchronization or Teslas silently accelerating past supercars, lies a deeper truth. Every entrepreneur faces the abyss. That moment when everything seems lost, when the prudent choice is to quit. What separates those who make history from those who become history is what happens in that darkness. Do you fold, or do you bet everything on one more hand? In 2008, in the heart of the USA's tech revolution, Elon Musk chose to bet. Not just money, but reputation, relationships, and sanity. He chose to believe that sustainable transport and multiplanetary life weren't just possible, they were inevitable. Someone just had to be crazy enough to try. Today, when a Falcon 9 rocket lands on a drone ship named Of Course I Still Love You, when a Tesla Model 3 rolls off the production line every 90 seconds, when Neuralink demonstrates a paralyzed patient controlling a computer with thought alone. We're witnessing the compound interest of that midnight decision in San Francisco. The moment when one man refused to let his dreams die. The fog still rolls through the Golden Gate Bridge. But now, Tesla vehicles drive themselves through those streets. Above, SpaceX rockets carry humanity's ambitions beyond Earth's atmosphere. And somewhere in a Neuralink lab, scientists work on connecting human minds to the infinite potential of technology. This is more than a business success story. This is a cinematic journey about the price of changing the world. About sleeping on factory floors and borrowing rent money while running companies worth billions on paper. About being mocked by experts and trusted by visionaries. About the thin line between genius and madness, and having the courage to dance on that line every single day. From South Africa to Silicon Valley, from the depths of 2008's despair to commanding the future of transportation and space exploration, Elon Musk's story reminds us that the impossible is just an engineering problem waiting to be solved. That sometimes, the craziest bet is not to bet at all. That in the darkest hour, when everyone says it can't be done. That's precisely when history is made. SpaceX continues to push boundaries. Starship, the vehicle designed to carry humans to Mars, stands taller than the Statue of Liberty in Texas. Tesla's Cybertruck defies every convention of automotive design. Neuralink's brain chips challenge our very definition of human capability. Each venture carries the same DNA. That midnight moment in San Francisco when failure was certain, and Elon Musk chose to fight anyway. The critics have gone quiet. The rockets land themselves now. The electric cars drive further than gasoline ones. The impossible has become routine. But for those who were there, who watched Falcon 1 fail 3 times, who saw Tesla nearly die before it could truly live, they know the truth. Every landing rocket is a miracle. Every Tesla rolling off the production line is a rebellion against the status quo. Every Neuralink breakthrough is a step toward a future we can barely imagine. In the end, this cinematic story isn't just about Elon Musk, SpaceX, Tesla, or Neuralink. It's about what happens when someone refuses to accept the world as it is. When vision meets determination at the intersection of madness and genius. When failure isn't an ending but a beginning. When the streets of San Francisco, Los Angeles, and Austin become launch pads for humanity's next chapter. The man who nearly lost everything didn't just save his companies. He opened a door to tomorrow. And through that door, we glimpse a future where Earth breathes cleaner air, where Mars has human footprints, where the boundaries between mind and machine blur into new possibilities. That's the power of believing when no one else will. That's the price and prize of making history. That's the cinematic story of Elon Musk, the man who nearly lost everything, and won the future. Thank you for joining me on this cinematic story. If this video touched your heart or inspired you in any way, please like, share, and leave a comment below. Your support helps this channel grow and allows me, Luca McCung, to bring more stories like this to life. Subscribe to explore the man behind the mission. Luca McCung.